right, we will start with, what is your full name?
My full name is Hushang Naji, and I'm originally Iranian.
That goes my next question. Where are you from? And then how long have you been in the U.S.?
I came to the United States on January 11, 1961. So I have been in this country 52 years and some.
And that is the day after my birthday, except 82. So,
Yeah.
what is the biggest cultural difference between Iran and the U.S.?
Well, other than language and music, probably food, and mostly that's what's significant.
The big thing. What was the thing that you personally found most challenging to adjust to once you moved here?
Well, English was the language that I had to learn to be proficient at, and I could communicate, and I had some knowledge of English, so I came here to go to college and spend a year in Oklahoma, another year in Kansas, and then I went to Columbia, Missouri, where I got my engineering degree, and my passion was science and engineering, and in part was because the language of science is a little easier to master than the speaking language. So I wasn't very good in some of the social sciences and literature and all that, but mathematics and physics always came very easy to me. So some of the challenges, I would say, was the language related. People spoke in slangs that I wasn't familiar with, and making fun of some of my pronunciation of certain words, and after a while, you learn to live with that, and it's basically, every day was a little bit of a challenge, but you get along.
All right. Well, what part of your own culture do you hold on to the most, and why?
What kind of what?
Oh, I said, what part of your own culture have you held on to the most, and why?
Oh, probably I miss my ethnic foods, and some of those over years changed, like my first few years that I was here, I would still occasionally listen to Iranian music, but I have no desire for that anymore. It seems like you change after a while, and the biggest cultural difference I see between Middle Eastern and American is in Middle East, people are more, perhaps more non-materialistic, more spiritual, and here in the United States, we are a consumer nation, we are more materialistic, and anything that has to do with the finances, seems to be more important as opposed to something, spiritual.
Right. Do you find a difference in the way that people greet each other? Like here, people shake their hand, and
oh, absolutely, absolutely. They in Iranian culture, they're very. There is a protocol when you meet somebody, the right thing to say, and occasionally a slight bowing of head, and lots of pleasantry, in the United States, you don't do any of that, which after a while, I came to accept that, this is a better way. So I like, to, get with all that formality that they have,
Is there a difference in greeting from man to woman? Like if a man is greeting a woman, or if a woman's greeting a woman, or a man to a man?
It's completely different, especially in today's society in Iran, which are under influence of Islamic laws. You are not supposed to touch a woman in any shape and form, or not to, or hug. And you may recall from the news when the Prime Minister of Iran, Ahmadinejad, was in Hugo Chavez's funeral. He hugged the wife of deceased Chavez to show his condolences, and he got scolded very bad when he went back to Iran. You know, they thought that that was un-Islamic, and he had insulted Islam by giving a strange woman a hug. So there are lots of those sort of issues.
So what would be like the proper way for a man to greet a woman if he didn't know her?
You keep your distance, and you don't make too much eye contact, and just to be as respectful as possible. And women, traditional, I mean, under Islamic rules, usually have to have a scarf at the minimum to cover their hair and possibly most of their face. And so there are certain things that when you meet with another man, it's okay to hug and kiss each other on the cheek, but that would be absolute taboo, with a woman.
Okay. Now I know I asked you earlier about what religion you belong to, and I was going to skip the question, but I feel like it's something others should know. So tell me what religion you belong to and a little bit about it.
I was born in Baha'i religion. That was the religion of my parents, but as an adult, I made that decision early in my life that I do not want to conform to any particular religion or political idea. I like to be free to choose whatever I want from any political party, any religion, and so that's keep open mind and do my own thinking.
Okay, so now I'm just wondering, how do you think that you've benefited from having lived in two such different cultures, and which one do you like the best?
Well, that's not even a close call. When I started learning about the American history, I immediately fell in love with the founding fathers and their wisdom. They established a society when the Declaration of Independence talk about all men are created equal. I mean, that touches me deeply. And when they talk about liberty and pursuit of happiness, those are exactly what I have been denied most of my youth in another country. So being an American when I took my citizenship is more than just changing from one country, get a citizenship of another country. It's a lot deeper than that. I believe in ideal of being an American, what the forefathers of this country stood for and what they fought for, and that is what I hold very dear to my heart. And I could say that that's almost like a religion to me, to appreciate what they put in as a part of the constitution of this country, and that Declaration of Independence. I think is something that everybody should take it very seriously, and that's what makes it different than any other country.
All right. Well, thank you so much